Beng Mealea stands for jungle temple, and one can see the jungle appearance with a deterioration and broken down, as one can see this. Yes, we are walking through the jungle. This is Chang, who is a licensed guide in Angkor Wat, as only licensed guides are permitted to take the tourist. Chang, I'm going to ask you to tell us the brief history of the location we are recording.
This temple here we call Beng Mealea. This is the Hindu temple. This temple here, they standing from the north side of Siam Reap city. We have this temple here. We have 70 kilometers from downtown Siam Reap to here. But this temple here, the king Suryavarman II, they was built this temple here, dedicated to his family of the king. This temple here, very old one than Angkor Wat, because at this temple here, you see the structure on the top of you can see the gallery. The big stone block was collapsed from the jungle. And then after the Suryavarman II was built this temple beginning 12th century, and then the king not yet to finish, and the next king of the father of Suryavarman VII, they call Unrestored. They want to finish this temple here beginning 13th century. And then this temple here, the shape two styles. The first style look like Angkor Wat, and second style look like Bayon. Because this temple half for Hindu, half for Buddhist. And then 1985, inside the central tower, we have 15 meter high. They discovered one statue we call Bodhisattva Lokeshwara. It is from the Buddhist religious statues, but nowadays have to preserve inside downtown. We call Siam Reap National Museum.
The thing about Beng Mealea is it is not restored. Whatever the damage that took place following possibly early 13th century or later, as a lot of these silk, cotton trees and fig trees grew, covering the entire jungle until 18th century, when French missionaries found the temples, prior to which the local legend was that there was temple built by gods and giants, and loss of city of Cambodia empire. But this was not believed until the missionaries started exploring. In particular, a French botanist, Henri Mahout, started renovation, except of course this area. He focused on Angkor Wat area, and this continued his efforts until the unfortunate Vietnam War stopped his further work. Later, even though many parts of Angkor Wat is renovated under UNESCO's program of recognizing this place as the human heritage, yet Beng Mealea has remained as of today untouched by any renovation efforts. Once the renovation starts, I will not be able to see all this.
So this temple here originally not have the good road to get in here. until 2001. We have a United Nations. They finished for cleared landmines, and then they want to make a good road to get in here. But this temple here, we have a lot of dangerous place because originally we have a lot of landmines keep around the temple because this is for the fort of the Khmer Rouge regime living in that time. That's why when the Khmer Rouge living this area here, not allowed from the tourist visitor to get in here because so dangerous. Until 2005, we have made good road from the government, and then the public allow tourists to visit in here. Until nowadays, we have 4,000 from the Asian to visit this temple.
The outer perimeter of this temple is 181 meter by 152 meters. It has extensive carvings, initially of Hindu mythology, built on sandstone. Later there are some Buddhist carvings as well. This is the gallery from the west on the corner. The shape of some of these trees are almost serpentine. So is that. It is the natural tree swing. The swing is not much, but one can still see. That's better. The fig tree and the hardwood trees have grown, and you can see the destruction that has taken place from the vegetation. An example where man cannot win over Mother Nature. Even on the outer perimeter, one can see the intricate carvings. And the nice pillars. And there is a built-in windows. There are 4 entrances to the temple. This is the north entrance. A temple mantle with a Krishna with a Kalinga. To some extent intact outer fort wall and still having the intricate carvings. A makara broken from the top of the roof. This is a sage or a high-level scholar called Hindu Rishi. Because it's a sandstone, it is still well preserved enough to be recognized. This is from the roof. This is the east side of the outer perimeter. To the north, the corner of which one can see the gallery and the outside. This is Indra. How do I know? Because face is not visible, but the evidence is Indra rides on 4-headed elephant Airavati, locally called Iruvanta. How the doorway is all covered with the stones fallen from the roof. How could this have collapsed? With no earthquake, as no major flooding, but the tree roots that grew over the years could have disturbed the intactness of the strong stony structure with the loose soil underneath, and the whole thing could have collapsed. That's the best possible explanation. Another collapsed entrance. There is the evidence to show how the tree roots disturbed the intact stony structure, as the one in front has moved compared to where it was originally located. Another Naga, better preserved. This is east entrance. Despite the four entrances, north, east, south and west, with the Hindu temple concept, the main entrance is always from the east as far as possible when temples are built. Only in the modern times this has not always been possible, but the ancient time they were able to follow. Another view of the main east entrance. A fig tree that has grown around the rocks. Well, a fig tree seed is so tiny and so much information is locked. As of today, no such computer chip exists that can still beat a fig seed, which is so tiny and yet is capable of growing into a massive tree. One in Calcutta, India, spreads over 3 acres. How is this for a tree growing on the roof? Possibly from a wind or from a bird, the seed came and sat there. Possibly there's a little soil, and with the rainwater it started growing. Then plants are capable of absorbing nitrogen, moisture, oxygen and other nutrients from the air and grow into a gigantic tree. And once the roots develop, they penetrate and reach the soil below. One can see how the roots are coming down. They may have some sensors to go in what direction they should be moving. Those sensors in the plant has not yet been described, even though recent evidence shows that flowers produce microelectricity to attract insects for pollination. Another entrance with the apsaras on the wall of the outer fort. Well, there it shows how a tree can displace big stones. This is the south entrance.
This is for the wing of the Beng Mealea, and then there's a Balan that stand on the wing, and then he is very interesting.
From the outer gallery is the inner gallery. In this area, in the ancient times, there are wooden houses for the priests. Some areas, only way to go inside or between the two galleries is this way. The support beams, as I am ducking and going through, evidence of a mortar or a cementless construction, as stones are cut into exact size and fit with one another. The interior of outer gallery, the interior of inner gallery. This is a false door on the outside of the inner gallery, the top of which has segment from Ramayana with the Sugriva army fighting with Ravana army. On the wall, Sri Rama showing his secret arrow, which is actually a missile, to Sita. I am sure she was impressed. On the other side of this door entrance is Rama with Lakshmana, his younger brother. This is Vali with Sugriva on the other side of the door entrance.
Yeah.
One can see the decor on the wall. This is definitely not for special person to accompany this tour.
This is Vishnu God. They stand on the top of the lintel, but he stand on the evil. He want to kill it, the bad god in universe. And then they have four arms. They have holding four things. The first thing we call Singa. Second thing we call Chakra. And then third thing we call Abhihasta. And last one thing we call Kakada. This is the god of four. Hindu we call Vishnu God, god of protection universe.
This is the corridor, the stone roof, similar to what is in Angkor Wat. How does one like to walk through these rocks and be safe? I am doing it. A tour group will never ever bring you through this. Only Chang can take me through. Further evidence through the wall of the fallen stones, we can't even go through there. However, Hindu devatas are shown in carvings. Another evidence from the inner gallery, how the roots have come down in the direction of soil, encircling the wooden structure, stone structure, but without destroying, at least at present. Even the foundation has nice carvings. And when it was intact centuries ago, the whole appearance could have been just marvelous. Rama and Lakshmana killing Ravana from Ramayana epic. Another false door. On the top is Shiva trouble recording on Kailasa. As one descends down, one can see the Devi praying, and here is a sage, another Devi, a dance posture very similar to Bharatanatyam. And on the very bottom is Parvati or Uma praying to her husband Shiva or Ishvara. Start.
At the top is a Krishna, the reincarnation Vishnu God. They want to fighting with another God in universe. And then below from the Krishna, we call Devi's woman God. And then this is for the Krishna also. He have to done thing with the snake. We call Ananta. This is a snake protection. And then look down here. It is for the figure of the God, of the reincarnation Vishnu God. Yeah, see. And then below a little bit is a small God of the Vishnu also. Yeah. And then that one we call Rama God. He's a very strong God of the Ramayana story, and he is, we call Narasimha. Body human, head is a lion. And then below of the Rama, this is the Vishnu God. They're sleeping on Naga. Yeah. And this is the reincarnation of the Vishnu God. Yeah. See. Yeah.
The lower one is Ananta Shayana.
Ananta Shayana. Yeah.
But I can't see Lakshmi there.
Yeah.
She should be sitting at near his feet.
Yeah.
When he is fast asleep, and the devatas are all waiting for him to wake up. Watch Chang going through these stones, and I will be following him after taping. One can see the space between the two galleries, the trees growing. You see the corridor and see the way that they lay down the stones to create the ceiling. Similarly seen in Angkor Wat temple. At one time this was a royal library. Now you can see it's all dismantled. And what were the contents again is not clear. I'm sure they're all destroyed over a period of time. People struggling to walk through with all the rocks and all. See who is here to sightseeing of this place. She would not like me videotaping her. She has not given me her permission. The central tower collapsed, and see just the fallen stones.
Yeah.
South gate. On the door top is again Indra sitting on the Airavati, his four-headed elephant, and several dance postures, again depicting what looks like a Bharatanatyam posture or a mudra. More ruins. Clear evidence of dance posture. One can see the mudra of the feet, much better preserved, even though torso and the head is all damaged. Evidence of Samudra Madana charging up the ocean between Devatas and Rakshasas. Very ancient. As this temple was dedicated to God Vishnu, one can see the Garuda on whom Vishnu is standing. On this side is Lakshmi. The original Trimurtis had only one wife, be it be Shiva, wife Parvati, Vishnu's wife Lakshmi, or Brahma's wife Saraswati. But in the subsequent avatars, you will see more than one, like Shanmuga had two, and so forth. This is the section of library, or rather royal library, that was shown earlier. This is another view. Finally, in the Vishnu temple, there is Shiva on the door mantle. That is motivation and enthusiasm. This is better preserved. On the top is Indra, then the Devi and many rishis. Again on a false door. Here you see the lotus, then women and some rishi. On the posture of this woman, can one say yoga or hard to definitely say, because I have not seen any yoga posture in any of these temples in Angkor Wat. Much better preserved Airavati with Indra riding.